we were setting up a booth for a trade show, and FBI comes in and says, you got to leave the building. And we didn't know what was going on. And as soon as I got outside, I received 2 phone calls on my cell phone, one from my wife and one from the office saying, are you okay? We didn't even know, what are you talking about? And they said, just turn and look at the trade center. And we were able to see it.
You could see it.
It turns out that our hotel was right next to a fire station. So we walked to the hotel. On the way back, we got a bunch of food because we didn't know how long we were going to be there. Obviously, the fire station, they kept coming back and washing off the trucks, and we kept trying to figure out what are we going to do. You know, the day after, the day of 9/11, all of the streets were jammed. It closed off the tunnels, and so it was interesting. The next day was like a science fiction movie. You could walk down any street. There were no cars. It was amazing. And we're trying to figure out, okay, well, our booth is up. What happens now? We kept trying to call the Javits Center. We finally got through, I think, on Wednesday. And they said, you can come in tomorrow morning from 9 till noon. And you have to break down your booth. So we went in the next morning. We had finished it up, and the FBI came in and said, hey, you got to leave. It was like 9 to 11 because it turns out they were going to use the Javits Center for a triage center.
Okay.
So we left. Turns out that people who didn't have their booth down already, the Army just came in, bulldozed everything out of the way and set it up, although they never used it as a triage center because there was nobody who was injured. The next day, I had made we had flight reservations to leave town on Friday. But I also made car rental reservations in town and also at LaGuardia. And eventually we took a cab to LaGuardia, found out that nobody's flying because the president's coming in. So we rented a car, drove home. The only flights we saw were military jets. So it took us, all day to get home, but was much better to get home than hang around.